The 8th teaser icon for the new Elite spec for the next expansion in Guild Wars 2 is out. And what can I say? This one might change everything. As always, special shout out to all my supporters that helped me keep the lights on. And now let's overanalyze this, shall we? You can see here in the background the image that we got today. And this one has very clear characteristic of a bow and an arrow. I think that is like pretty much safe to assume that this is what it's depicting. Which class would I first say is clearly pointing towards that? It's Ranger. It's like Ranger shouting out of every single mind, I would say, if you see that the first time. So let's say this is really Ranger, and the one that we got last time is not Ranger, obviously then. So this one is what people always wanted to have, some kind of bow Ranger build that is really some kind of archer, maybe some kind of hunter, something like that, where the bow or just the general ranged aspect of the Ranger is in focus, which is not really the case with any Elite spec for Ranger right now. It is not any kind of shapeshifter what people are hoping for, at least that's not what the icon looks like, but that is my most likely prediction here for Ranger, some kind of archer. But could this be also some kind of misguidance here that is actually not an archer? Could any other spec fit to that? I would say light armor classes are not really guaranteed to have anything here. Maybe it could be some kind of bow user, like a thief. I don't see it, to be honest. And I also don't see it to be warrior. It could be guardian for whatever reason. It could be some kind of guardian spec that uses some kind of range and is a magical bow. I don't know. Dragon Hunter already has this. So I think it's really quite clearly pointing towards Ranger. And it's perfectly fitting to it as well, I would say. What kind of mechanic would be behind that? I don't really know. Maybe it's empowering your next shot that you shoot from long range. I don't know what the pet mechanic would be for a hunter. Maybe you have some ideas. Please let me know in the comments down below. But I think it's definitely something the whole community asked for a long time. So I think this is actually quite good that this is now the icon there. And now let's take a look at what I actually think changes now and what is my prediction for all the other Elite specs as well. So you can see here the classic split that we had. And I put everything, of course, to Revenant. That's my prediction. No, I'm joking, of course. My prediction is obviously this is the Ritualist dagger and this is the Ritualist. That's like almost a given. The same goes for Paragon. I think this is guaranteed to be the Paragon. And the same goes, obviously, I would say this is then quite surely the Bard or the Minstrel for Mesmer, because now Ranger has so many options. I don't think this will be happening. I think this is quite likely to be the Bard or the Minstrel. And I think this will go to Ranger, will probably be called some kind of Archer or Hunter. Let's now put it maybe Archer is putting too much emphasis on being a bow user, but maybe you have some kind of special F5 skill or something. I can see that being that you are some kind of Falconer or something like that you have always some kind of pet with you that's always the same one, that or something like that, and that you can command to do a special attack on stuff like that. I could see that as well. I think maybe Archer is not the right name for it, but something like that. And then we have, of course, the card user, the gambler or something, or the gambit. I think this is quite likely to be the thief, but of course also not guaranteed. And then the last icon here is, in my opinion, this one is the Revenant one. I'm pretty sure this is really Revenant. I feel like those teeth could be some kind of demonic new stance. Maybe it's the vampire, maybe it's something like that. But there can be many options what Revenant could get. I'm just thinking this, because of the sharp, pointy look, I think it fits very well to Revenant. And then we have this one. I think this looks really a little bit maybe like metal at this point. I think it might be some kind of metallurgy engineer, something like that. I can see that one. I don't know how it would be called. People said in Reddit, Quicksilver, maybe. It could be fitting to engineer. What it could be, I don't really know. Could be also some gravity manipulation. I think that fits as well, but I have no clue. And this one we previously put to Ranger, but as this is quite clearly, I would say, the Ranger one, I think this one is almost guaranteed now to be either obviously the Guardian or the Elementalist. And I think because of the flamey look, I actually would put that to Elementalist. But there are some arguments to put it to Guardian as well. I just think this might actually be maybe even a summoner for Elementalist. It could be, really. That was people were asking for a long time. And it could be the summoner. I'm not sure how that would be implemented. And that looks like a fox mask, yeah, or like I said previously, a rabbit, but I think fox mask is way more accurate. So I'm not so sure. I think this is like, if that would be really a fox mask, I'm not sure if that's like what the idea would be, the fire fox, something like that really for Elementalist. I don't really know how that would interact with the other elements, what the gameplay mechanic there would be, but that's my most likely prediction. And I think Guardian will probably be the one that we get probably on Monday. So in 2 more days, and in 3 more days we get the confirmation of everything. And maybe I'm completely wrong with my setup here, maybe I'm completely wrong with the names, that's more likely I would say, but this one is my take, what I would think is right now. Please let me know yours in the comments down below. Also let me know if you are excited. I'm very excited for the new release and announcement. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for way more content to come. And thanks a lot for watching. Thanks again to all my supporters, and I hope to see you all in the next video.